Here is a story from Toby Ninan, ex-zookeeper of Delhi Zoo, in India. The title is The Last of the Zebra. Zebras live in herds and they enjoy huge numbers of their species around them.
It's very hard for a predator to single out one zebra. And also usually confuses a lot of flies. So it's very rare to see a fly on top of a zebra, except the muzzlewood, that you find them in their nose. So when you see the zebras walking, it's like they're screaming because of those flies that are in their nose. So they usually try and get rid of it.
Zebras don't make any sound.
They usually make a lot of sound, like whoo, 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 whoo. It's like they are laughing.
If a zoo has a nice, acre-and-a-half open grassy enclosure with a few trees and some flowing waters, it makes for an ideal zebra exhibit. This was exactly what the Delhi Zoo had, and we used to breed zebras well. Nothing exotic, but plain Burchell's zebra. They breed pretty well in captivity. A herd galloping through the 2-acre open enclosure would be a great sight. The moat had nice clean flowing water with plenty of huge rohu fish interspersed with a smattering solefish who would respond to a call baited with some breadcrumbs. Our pair of zebra was breeding particularly well, and we had some 5 of them soon enough. We got a couple of good exchanges and gave away 3 of the offsprings to another zoo. The original pair we had was doing very well, and the male who answered to the name of Raju was quite a character. He was my self-appointed bodyguard and also that for our keeper and his assistant. The enclosure, by the way, was also occupied by a trio of ostriches. The male was a particularly bad-tempered individual who would for no reason attack if he was approached within some 10 to 15 feet. This was his private space and would not tolerate anyone there. Refuge would be in running and standing behind a tree. Even if the ostrich kicked, the legs would fly harmlessly on either side of the tree, and the human would be as safe as if he were behind a 6-foot wall. A few pecks on the tree and a couple of unproductive kicks would have the ostrich frustrated, and he would soon join his harem and leave the intruding human being in peace. There, however, was a rare scenario when the human would be caught in the open and the refuge tree was nowhere close by. That is when Raju would come into the picture.
It's also seen us from that distance. Huh? They don't fly, they run, right?
250
kilometers per hour.
50.
50 kilometers per hour. Okay.
All that one had to do was to let out a few loud anguished cries for Raju, who would come hooves thundering on and literally push the attacking ostrich off to another place while the human could run to find a proper refuge. This rescue run was a game which Raju thoroughly enjoyed and would never fail to carry out. Raju was a real darling to all of us, and he has saved our bacon very many times. He would never attack the ostriches at any other time, and thus this rescue mission was always a very pleasant surprise. All of us in the zoo felt extremely close to Raju. The zebra and the ostrich used to occupy the same enclosure, which was really ideal for this combination of animal display. Raju and his mate multiplied to 5 heads pretty soon, enabling the zoo to exchange the offspring with other zoos for exotics like the red lechwe. We expected that the zebra would continue to breed well, and again we would have plenty to spare. But that was not to be, and tragedy struck. Raju was not very friendly to human beings, though he helped keepers in distress, but would condescendingly allow his keeper to stroke his mane at times. He was very devoted to his mate, and the two formed a perfect made-for-each-other couple. One morning we found the female lying dead. Poor Raju was standing close by, absolutely inconsolable. Sudden deaths, especially in bigger animals, are really very rare, and the carcass has to go through an exhaustive post-mortem. The reason for this death was not very difficult to decipher. There was a complete block of the intestines by a plastic bag. It seems some warped person gave the animal some nice picnic-packed lunch in a plastic bag, which in turn blocked the intestine and brought about its death. Raju was devastated and refused to eat or drink anything. However, after prolonged coaxing, he did eat something from the hands of his keeper. We thought he would come out of his dejection in a day or two, but this was not to be, and early next day, close to where his mate died, he was also found dead. An extensive post-mortem was done, including chemical analysis of the gut and intestinal contents, blood analysis, etc., but nothing unusual was found. My good friend Raju had died heartbroken and had left us all absolutely distraught. Our zebra population was wiped out by nothing more than the action of a twisted individual with a plastic bag.